Hello everyone. Good morning. I'm Dr. Neelu, counselor and a life coach. I'm connecting after a little long break. The reason being the past week was pretty hectic. The phone just wouldn't stop ringing, the messages won't stop coming, and I was totally engrossed in reaching out to everyone who reached out to me. So, here I am actually to share about what all happened during the past few weeks. What were the calls about? And how can we help each other during these challenging times? The calls were all about stress, the calls were about anxiety, panic, people slipping into depression, and giving up on themselves. Now, when do you give up on yourself? You give up on yourself when you don't see anything ahead, when you don't see possibilities for yourself in few months ahead of you or few years ahead of you, when you're tired of fighting of all the internal battles which are going inside you. And the foremost reason is when your past doesn't let you live in your present. So I have had cases where people are still holding on to traumatic incidents which happened with them years ago, either in their college life, if they are married currently, or in their school life, and they're holding on to certain beliefs which came from those past incidences that they are not good. They can never ever succeed again in life, to an extent that they stop functioning. They are so helpless that they can't function. Now, the good thing is that most of these people who connected with me, they had a very good support system at home. If they were unmarried, they had parents who called up to speak to their children, and if they were married, their spouses called up. How beautiful is that? That is the change which was so apparent and evident that finally the society, the people around you, they see how distressed you are, that you are suffering, and they reach out to help their loved ones. Now, the alarming thing which was there was that most of them were inching towards depression and suicidal thoughts. So it gets a little challenging when people want to give up on their lives. So what exactly is needed at that time is, whenever you are having such emotions, first you need to share it with anybody around you in that environment, and that is only possible if that kind of environment is cultivated in your homes. When you give the person that kind of an impression that yes, you can express yourself. So there was someone who told me a few days back that I was feeling very overwhelmed, and I went to speak to somebody in my house at that time, and that person was watering the plants, and that person just didn't listen to me and thought that this is, again she's just come to rant away something to me, and she said I didn't know what to do. So the family members, they're also not qualified enough, they're not expert enough to always gauge that this is a time where I need to leave whatever I'm doing, and I need to sit down with the person who has come to me to express that he or she is feeling anxious and needs to talk. So the purpose of this video is, one, to share what is happening in lives of people and how we can help those people. So many of the people who are struggling, it is all coming from your past, and it is coming from their environment. So if you have someone who is studying for an exam, and the parents, they are very overambitious. Again, I'm all quoting the cases. These are not made up by me. So this is about a brilliant guy who is preparing for civil services, and he knows that he wants to do it. But there is so much pressure from the parents, especially the father, that the child feels suffocated to an extent that he started to have anxiety attacks. Similarly, is another case of a young individual who had a traumatic experience way back in life, And still, that experience has left such an impact on her that she's not able to function. It always comes in all her current relationships and it starts impacting them. So, your environment, your past relationships, and your support system, these things really need to be analyzed, they need to be expressed, they need to be worked upon. Why is depression increasing? What is happening around us? Of course, the environment has changed. Our activities are curbed out. We are facing challenges at work. We are not working the way we used to. We are not going to offices. So much of workload has been cut down. People have actually losing their job. So I also connected with a couple where the husband has lost the job and the lady has actually not got paid for quite some time for her the job in which she is working. So we can imagine the amount of stressors which are there in our lives. But at the same time, you need to express yourself, you need to cultivate that same. It is really need of the hour to have that kind of environment in your homes where your children can come and share their feelings, and you don't just let them off as some casual complaint. You're always complaining, when will you change? No, this is a time when every emotion needs to be invited. You should encourage your children to speak. You should encourage your partners to share what they are going through, their work pressures, or even if they're working from home, what are the challenges they are feeling. So this environment cultivation is very important in your house. You cannot just assume or rubbish off what a person is saying, that this is your regular thing, and again you have gone into the complaining mode. You have everything. What is it that you have to complaining about? And people need to really let go of your past. So most of the trauma is coming from some evidence. It's not that you're just inventing distress or inventing depression. It always has a reason. Yes, clinical depression is different, but that too has its own reasons. So idea is, before we lose out on time, before anything, it starts from mild and then it goes to moderate and then it goes to severe. So we should not wait. There are various helplines, there are lots of channels, there are lots of people you can reach out to, seek support. And trust me when I say that, whenever I have connected with these people, they have had their sessions, they've spoken to me, they have felt better to an extent than even cases of suicidal tendencies, who really just wanted to give up. They have sought psychiatric evaluation, treatment, and are taking sessions, therapy, coaching, and psychiatric evaluation, and are feeling better. So it is all about reaching out. It's not about feeling ashamed. There is no stigma around this. If you're not feeling well, this is your right. This is your life. You should connect, you should share. If A doesn't listen, please tap the B. B doesn't listen, please tap the C. But I do not want to live. And planning how to give up on your life is something that we need to really work on. So reach out, be there for everyone, love yourself. Your life is beautiful and there are good times ahead for all of us. So please spread this message that we need to support people who are having emotional challenges during this period and otherwise also. They were already there, it's just that the environment is kind of adding on to their distress. So be good, be supportive, and create awareness towards health and depression. Thank you so much. Stay safe and take care.